Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Goblin Ringleader podcast. And today we're going to be doing something very fun. We're going to be going into standard and jamming out. Let's do a quick mic test and then we're going to jump into some games. It's crazy. I'm turning 27 today. I guess I turned 27 today. And I just want to say I'm very thankful for everybody who's in my life and all of the beautiful people that I've met on this magical journey. And I'm very lucky, incredibly blessed to have such amazing people around me. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who, watches the streams, watches the shorts. It's crazy to have a Magic fam. So, thank you. And let's play some Magic. I'm super excited. Gonna do a quick mic check and then we'll jump into the games. Gotta. Hey, you know what? I appreciate you, Mads. Thank you so much for dropping in. Yeah, I'm just a man trying to survive. I love the deck that we're playing right now. This deck feels very strong. Let's look over the deck list. Do a quick mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check works. Pull up the chat. Perfect. Yeah, so we got 4 Bastronaut, 4 Burst Lightning, 4 Stadium Headliner, 2 Squelcher, 2 Curse Crafter, 4 Strike, 4 Seer Slicer, 3 Taster, 4 Dropkick, 4 Howl Squad, 2 Painter Studio, no Cranko notably in this list, no Soulstone Sanctuaries, just trying to hone in on the main deck. And because this is best of one, we don't really need to go over the sideboard too much. Lots of cards that are specifically tooled for honing in on certain matchups that we feel are weak, that we're weak against. But yeah, no, I feel very excited about this. The first 2 games that we played were off camera. It was against Demir Excruciator. Very, very close game. We were behind the entire game, and then we were able to pull it through with some burn spells. And game 2 was up against, I wrote it down, Mono Green Cub, which was really cool. We just got to outrace the Cub deck. Felt extremely busted. So yeah, let's jump into some games. We got a pretty good curve. We got a removal and a Lord to top it off. I think I'm going to keep this. Get a Bastronaut down. The thing about LORYWN made me upset is we didn't get a Demir Flip Fairy Legend. That's fair. Totally fair. Now, if I've learned anything, it's that we really want to just wait for our opponent to cast a Shelter by Ghosts. We could cast a Seer Slicer, but then if they go Shelter by Ghosts, we play a Squelcher the following turn, they kill the Squelcher. It's pretty bad for us. In case they don't have the Shelter by Ghosts, we could cast the Seer Slicer. But if they just go for it, I think we just kill it in response. And if not, we're totally fine with this. We've lost so many games to Shelter by Ghosts. Also, if they're missing land drops, we don't really mind. Sure. Seam Rip, sure. In response, I'll kill the Scavenger. This makes me think that they do perhaps have a Shelter by Ghosts in their hand. Let's go enters tapped, play the Curse Crafter. Feather of Flight is 2 mana? That's crazy. If we got the Seer Slicer down, we'd be winning this race pretty handedly, but right now we're still winning this race pretty handedly. Let's go to combat first. Attack for 2. Damage is good. Get down the Sear Slicer, hold up the Burst Lightning. Yeah, no, the more I think about it, Mad, I think you're right. If we got a Kithkin Flip Legend, we got an Elemental Flip Legend, a Goblin Flip Legend, and a Merfolk Flip Legend, that's 4 of the 5 tribes. Why not give one to fairies? Come on. It just seems fair. End step, make a guy. Scavenger's fine. Exactly, it's an unfinished cycle. It's kind of crazy. Let's go Burst Lightning on this Keep Guard. They can flash in the Hexproof thing. Shard Mage's Rescue. If we did it on their end step, they still would have done the same thing. So it doesn't really change anything. We would have actually just given them an extra mana, although they wouldn't have gotten an extra counter from the Scavenger. We need a land to go Dropkick plus Jump. And we weren't aggressive enough just to kill them. Yeah, I mean, I think we've died. We're playing around a Sheltered by Ghosts, but I think we're just being too cute. This does fly. Just get in with everything. They can just take it. Good game, opponent. If we had a land, we could have jumped the Curse Crafter to trade. No, because first strike. Dead 7 ways to Sunday, but it's okay. This is a traditionally very difficult matchup because we don't have a lot of really good answers to flyers. Yeah, it's just how it goes. Take a deep breath. Reset. Keep going. Oh. Sometimes the cards are just not in your favor. This hand is interesting. We can cast all of our spells if we draw them. The issue is we don't really have a lot of impact. We go 1, 2, attack for 1 on 2, 3, attack for 5. I mean, because we have the Lord, we'll keep it. We need to draw a Howl Squad or something else that allows us to go pretty fast. Worst matchup for this hand is Control. Nice. Taster's phenomenal here. Let's get this Curse Crafter down. Combat Swing. Best matchup would be Blue-Black Fairies. If they go blue land, Deep Cavern Bat's fine. Do they take our Taster of the Wares or our Dropkick Bomber? If I was them, I would take Taster of the Wares. I mean, that's the best one. Goblin. We could get Dropkick down and start punching for a lot, but I think making the extra body is even better. Because next turn, if the Dropkick gets down We get to do very, very dumb things. And if they don't have an answer for the Bastronaut or the Howl Squad, we can just run them over with a huge Bastronaut. So this is a slasher. Unholy Axe. Ooh, that's great for us. Attack for 1 in the air. Go to 16. Then lose 2, go to 14. Do we just kill them? There might be a world where we just kill them. 6, 12, 14 exactly. Wow. Good game, opponent. Well played. Opponent was setting up for the value line, but losing that extra 2 life actually lost him the game, and attacking with the bat also. Perfect string of events there. Felt pretty good. Hey, appreciate you dropping in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, man. That means a lot. Yeah. No, I'm 27. Just incredibly happy to have the ability to play the game that I love on my birthday, and be hanging out with my friends. So thank you all so much for being here, and yeah, thank you for dropping in, bro. The best start that we could have is headliner into studio. Station is a sorcery, but they do get priority. So I can go mountain, burst lightning on the cub. Bastronaut. Attack for 2. Next turn I get to go Warden of the Grove is fine. We get to strike it so it dies. Because we don't get priority. Their creature resolves if they play Coma, right? Their creature resolves, and then they immediately get to station. So I don't think it really matters. Oh no, because they have to go to the second main. I like strike the Warden, combat for 3. Now they're able to chuck whatever they want into play if they have a Coma. Another Warden in the Grove, that's fine. Oh, this is best possible scenarios. Defaced Gallery, Lightning Strike the Grove. Combat for 5, 6. They're dead next turn with the Bastronaut. Ouroboros gives them 2 blockers. Oh, that was a crazy attack. If I go pump, Bastronaut, that's for 8 attack. I think this is lethal. All attack, make a dude, pump. This is 10 if you block 1. Good game, opponent. Well played. Bastronaut having double strike and menace. Crazy combo. Absolutely crazy combo. Yeah, it doesn't feel real, when you have a birthday after, a certain age, it kind of just doesn't feel real. You're like, oh, is it my birthday? That doesn't make any sense. How did I get here? And time really does seem like it's flying by. But, I'm just grateful. Grateful to know the people that I know, to be surrounded by like the awesome community that I am. Not only my Magic family, but my friends and my family. Like, incredibly happy. Hey, thank you, Matt. Appreciate you dropping in. Yeah, I had a great day. I spent it chilling with my girl, and we watched some movies in the morning. Went out to a nice ramen lunch, and then I went and I spent. I don't get to see my grandparents a lot, so I saw my grandparents for dinner, and I'm incredibly blessed. And now I get to play the game that I love before I go to bed. I'm very, very happy. My girl even helped me set up the awesome streaming setup. She bought me this Goblin Ringleader sign behind me. See if I can do this. Yeah, she bought me that awesome sign. And then she also bought me, where is it? That frame so that I could frame my RC badge and my top 8 pins, which I've had sitting on a playmat in the corner of my room for the longest time. I don't like showing off my stuff, but it's got to go somewhere. Okay, so turn 1, Stadium Headliner. Turn 2, we can hold up Lightning Strike or play a Blood Crypt tap, depending how aggressive they are. Yeah, it was a great day. And yesterday was Valentine's Day. Thank you, Matt. That means a lot. Yeah, I like it a lot. She gave me the Joker poster, which I think is very Goblin-esque. And she also gave me the Spider-Man Green Goblin's Last Stand poster. And she gave me this Mr. Cat thing, which is super cool. This looks like Blue Eye Control. So we can go pay 2 life, we'll strike them at the end step, attack with the headliner. I guess they could counter it. So let's just strike them while they're tapped out. Holding up counter spells. I think I like going to second main. Could slam Howl Squad, but if they have it, get lost. I want to force them to use it. Hey, what's up, Jared? Appreciate you being here. Yeah, I'll be at SCG Con. I'm not going to be able to go up early. Cavern. Goblin. Get the Stadium Headliner down. Oh, we're attacking for 4 every turn. Yeah, I'll be up there Saturday, potentially also Sunday to figure some stuff out. Alex Newton, my good friend, qualified with Demir Mill. Esper Mill in Standard, which is super cool. They play a Get Lost, which is what we're playing around. That's fine. We protected our Howl Squad, which is all that matters. So yeah, I'm gonna go up to support him and see all y'all. I'm very, very excited. I'm gonna try to LCQ or RCQ in, ReCQ, whatever it's called. Go to mine. Map on the headliner. Burst Lightning's great. Map on the headliner. Burst Lightning's great. Play this tap land. Combat. Attack. Pass it over. Is the Blight Curse precon difficult for new players, or the Dance of the Elemental precons? Well, so they're difficult in different ways. I think that the Dance of the Elements precon is difficult because 5-color decks are traditionally pretty hard to figure out, like, sequencing wise. When do you play, your when do you play what lands to try to optimize your chance of getting certain things down? Like, you play a 5-color deck. Sometimes you just play all your lands in whatever order, but a lot of the times you have to figure out like what lands you play first and what spells are in your hand, what pips you need access to on what colors. Pips refer to the mana symbols and costs of cards. And then, like, on top of that, the 5-color decks are pretty difficult because they usually have a higher like curve. So you're not doing a lot of things in the early game. You're doing a lot of stuff in the late game. So it's difficult in that way. But the Blight precon is kind of difficult because you have to figure out like a lot of different synergies, and synergy decks are traditionally harder to play because they don't have a lot of like raw power. You get your power from how the cards fit together. Goblins are a great example of that. Cards individually aren't that impressive, but when you put them together in a certain way, they give you a lot of like power. So I would recommend going with the 5-color deck for a newer player, because once you figure out like how to play your lands in like the right order, you really can like win a game pretty easily because you're slamming these big haymakers of threats. Just know that in the early game, you're probably going to struggle and could potentially be run over by the aggressive decks. But if you're someone who likes to put a puzzle together, I think that it's really worth working on it. If you like putting a puzzle together, I would say try the Blight deck. Just know that if you don't have certain pieces to put together, then some of the cards don't feel as powerful. And it'll be harder to win the games, but the games that you will win with the Blight deck will be more rewarding than the 5-color deck, if that makes any sense at all. I think they're both pretty good for new players, because the precons usually are traditionally very balanced, and they do a good job of being balanced. But okay, it's a good question. So no mana much upgrade considerations. Blight Curse is likely cheaper. Yeah, cheaper to upgrade. I would agree. Blight Curse is probably better. Big creatures. Yeah, if you like big creatures and slamming like big haymakers, I would 1000% go with the Elementals deck. The Blight Curse deck is a lot of like smaller, more, I don't want to say dinky, but like you're doing a lot of small things that add up to one big game plan. Whereas the elemental cards are a lot more like boom, 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 and then your opponent might just die. Okay, they have the counterspell. They don't have a Get Lost. That's interesting. They would have done it before I could go to combat. Could have attacked for another 2. That would have put them to 3. But I don't want to play into this Day of Judgment if they have it. Okay, we'll play Bastronaut. Told me the elemental one is difficult to evoke, and which elementals to evoke and not to evoke. I think that like Evoke is a mechanic, and mechanics in general are difficult, but once you understand how they work, they're not as bad as people think that they are. But that's my personal opinion. I think that the best thing you can do is just to play a deck. Oh, and thank you. I appreciate you, Braid. Thank you. And I think the best thing you can do in most decks is just play. And, don't be scared of like Evoke being a difficult mechanic to play, because I think that in general, you can play the deck without the Evoke shenanigans, and it's still a great deck, and it's very powerful. Is the ceiling really high because of the shenanigans that you could do with the Evoke cards? Yes. Does that mean that you shouldn't play the deck? No. Create a token that's a copy of this card. Sure. That's pretty good. If they have a Jeskai Revelation, I might be in trouble. Would I rather attack with the Howl Squad or kick this Burst Lightning right now? I think I would rather attack with the Howl Squad. Because I could kick the Burst Lightning and then they would untap and potentially Jeskai Revelation. Stock up means they don't have Jeskai Revelation. They're looking for a board wipe. It sounds to me, Miguel, like your friend, friends or friend, was hyperfixating on like how difficult the deck could be instead of talking about like, how a new player would approach it, if that makes any sense. Tried the World Shaper one, didn't have that many big creatures or the aggression I want. That's fair. That's totally fair. Okay, they have the Lightning Helix. They go back to 9. Okay, so Sear Slicer. I think we probably just get Sear Slicer down. Now they play Jeskai Revelation. Meringue River Regent is fine. Oh, they Coil Catch. So they're trying to rebuild their resources. Get rid of the Rest in Peace, sure. Get lost the Sear Slicer, sure. Eventually, we're going to run them out of resources. Crack. I'll take another Burst Lightning. There's the Revelation. They go to 13. I wonder if there was a way for us to push a little bit more damage more aggressively. No, I think the copy of the Pinnacle was really good from them. We knew that we were going to get the Burst Lightning. I would like to pay 2 life. Pass it over. We deal them 8. They go to 5. We just need to deal them 5 more points of damage. Just can't wait for the TMNT precon. Hell yeah. I'm super excited for... I think... So here's the thing. I'm not the biggest TMNT fan, and that's totally fair because everybody likes different things. But I am excited for the people who love TMNT to have the cards in Magic, right? Because, even if the same thing happened with Spider-Man, the same thing happened with Final Fantasy, like those people who don't really like those like games or franchises being a part of Magic, you don't really see a lot of them. And when you do see a lot of them, you kind of just you treat them like they're normal in-universe cards. Like it's nothing crazy. I think that hating on a set just because it's from like quote unquote outside of traditional Magic doesn't make much sense. I agree that it shouldn't be the focus of Magic, but I think that a little bit of Universes Beyond stuff here and there is really good for the game because it brings new players in and it makes people excited. Like I'm a huge of course this will never happen, but I'm like a huge fan of like Nancy Farmer, like not Percy Jackson. I mean, I am a fan of Percy Jackson, but like there's a lot of like very nuanced like books series that I think would have some amazing cards. Are they ever going to make them? No, but like would it make me extremely excited if they did? Yes. So I think it's unhelpful to be like a pessimist when somebody else is excited about something. And I'm excited for you to have those cards in your have access to those cards because Magic is supposed to be enjoyed by everybody. Like there should be something for everybody. And I think that, you're gonna kick ass with that precon. I'll be honest. I think you're gonna do great. Okay. We are spinning our wheels very hard now. Consult the star charts. X is 10. I really don't think this is going our way. Mm-hmm. 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 I think we lose this turn. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we lose this turn. They can animate the Bruvac, put a counter on a creature. This by itself is 3, 7. They're playing it safe. They got us to 8. Kick a Burst Lightning. If we had a Shatter, I'd be so happy. Yeah, good game, opponent. Well played. Okay, I'm going to die on their turn, so I might as well die on my turn. Yeah, I mean, honestly, give it a shot. Tell me how you feel. I think the Elemental Precon is a lot of fun. I bought one of the Elemental Precons and one of the normal Precons for me and my girl to play with each other. And I played the Elemental Precon, she played the Blight Precon, and then we switched. And I think that the Elemental Precon is like really cool. I think that even just baseline, it's doing a lot of very, very powerful things. And I think it's a lot of fun. This hand looks great. Okay, we go turn 1 Mountain, Stadium Headliner. Turn 2 Verge, Seer Slicer. Turn 3 Dropkick Bomber, Cavern Dropkick. Blue-black, okay, it's a good sign for us. Seer Slicer, Smack. Make it dude. They could play Deceit. I guess they can't play Deceit. Cards in your graveyard, sure. They milled 2 lands. We'll play Cavern on Goblin. Play a dude that makes dudes. Next turn, we can go Bastronaut plus Cursecrafter. Or we can play Lord and potentially kill them, depending what they do. Another Quag Feast. Pay 3 to Bitter Triumph. Play Blood Crypt. Pay 2 life. Dropkick Bastronaut. Attack for 7. Put them to 4. They have nothing to reanimate. I can reanimate my dude, but then I'll jump 2 creatures and kill them. Bitter Triumph Lord. Sweeper. Warp of Quantum Riddler. Good game. I did have fun in this match, yes. Win or lose, the Goblins have fun no matter what. Deep breath, reset. No. Much better. Mountain Bastronaut. Verge, Curse Crafter. Deep Cavern Bat's going to take my defaced gallery, but that's fine. I got my creatures down. They take the strike. That's interesting. Cavern Goblin. Defaced gallery. Bastronaut. Attack for 5. They're not dead next turn, but they're very close. Preacher's fine. They have to double block to kill one of our creatures. I'll attack with everything. They're really incentivized to block the Bastronaut, unless they want to trade with the Curse Crafter. I'm totally fine with this. This puts them to 6. Our Bastronauts have double strike. Unless they go land double removal spell, I think we're in a very commanding position. They concede. Okay. Deep breath. Reset. It's a good one. Sure. Do they take the strike? No, they take the deface gallery. Interesting. I guess I can go to their turn and see what they play. No, I don't want to give them the option to block. I'll just take the card back. I don't really care what they play on 3. Excuse me. Kicked Gatekeeper Malakir? Sure. That's pretty hot. You can go Goblin. Taster, give me 1 card out of your hand. Howl Squad, just immediately run into another Gatekeeper. I mean, if they have double Gatekeeper, I feel like that's pretty good for them. Taster at least makes them discard a card, and the next turn I get to make them discard another card. Nowhere to run main phase is fine. Demon Wall is also fine. I like pay 2 life, play Taster, take a card out of their hand. Take the Bloodletter. That means the other card's probably a Unholy Annex. They had a second Bloodletter, sure. If we draw a land, we can kick this Burst Lightning. I'm okay with taking 4, I think. Because if I don't draw a land, okay, I drew a land. I can kick, Burst Lightning, kill the Bloodletter. I think the first thing I want to do is just see what's in their hand. It could be a removal spell. It is a removal spell. I could go to 10. Attack with the Taster. This is for 4. Put them to 14. They probably let me trade with a Demon Wall. No, I really need to make sure that I don't die to this Bloodletter. I mean, I can kick a Burst Lightning kick the Burst Lightning the following turn. Or I can cast this Archenemy's Charm to kill their Bloodletter. They drew the Annex. I really don't think I'm going to be able to erase them now. I guess I could kill their demon. Oh, they're both demons. Goblin. So if we go... This is the only thing that keeps us from dying immediately. That's not true. Put 2 counters on a creature you control gains lifelink. Put 2 counters on the Taster of Wares. This becomes a 5, a 6 when we play the Defaced Gallery, a 6/4. We attack for 10. But then we can't really finish them the following turn. Plus the Bloodletter attacks for 4. The Annex drains for 4. we'd be at 2. Only attacking for 8 the following turn. I guess we'd be looking for burn. The wall can also chump the taster, so they don't even take that much. What can we return from the graveyard? Stadium and Howl Squad. We can play Stadium, sack Stadium. Doesn't kill the Bloodletter. Just take out the Bloodletter. Buys us 1 turn. We can go Defaced Gallery. Attack for 8. They take it. They go to 12. We need to flip something really good. Another Bloodletter. Good game. Well played, opponent. Okay, so chumping or trading with the 2/2 or Burst Lightning on the 2/2 before the Acquisats. The turn where we held the Burst Lightning probably would have won us that game. Really close. 6-3. Really, really close. That felt really good. The deck feels very good. We're consistently going 6-3 or 7 and 7-2. So, I mean, like, the deck game 1 feels very, very strong. It's just mulliganing to good hands and then just executing. Of course, everything from there becomes a different game entirely. But in the new standard environment, we're just trying to figure out what's the best main deck configuration and where we should play or how we should play from the main deck game 1 plan. Hey, what's up, Ethan? Appreciate you dropping in. How's your day going? Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm 27 now. It's kind of crazy. But just grateful to have all my friends and family around me. Okay. 10:50. I'm going to bed pretty soon. Been looking at my deck list. Yeah, what you thinking, Ethan? Before I crash, I'm interested to hear your thoughts. This is what we've been playing. Sideboard. I think Strategic Betrayal is good. I think Leyline is probably better. Been very high on Torpor Orb. The issue is Torpor Orb shuts off Taster, but I guess there's a world where Taster of the Wares is like swapped in and out. With Torpor Orb in the sideboard, we could go trim a Hexing Sculpture so we have access to 3 total in the 75. The 4th Taster is probably 3 Sunspine Links. The 4th Taster is probably not as necessary as I think it is. We just play 3 Torpor Orb. Kind of like this. 2 Champion of the Weird. Iroh's Demonstration with Strategic Betrayal. I think Iroh's Demonstration could probably just be something else. Like another champion. And then like 3 Grubs Command. Open a pack of Tragic Dollar. Got a Doomblade card. Got a Doomblade, a card I was casually looking for. Love the art. Got foiled hard evidence in an old Warrior style, which was worth it. That's awesome. Let's see if I can find. We could play 3 Grubs commands. I mean, I really enjoy 1 Grub. But Painter Studio has just been so ridiculously good in this list. Squelcher could just be a sideboard card. Every time I see it, I'm kind of think. Thank you. I appreciate you. The list feels ridiculously good. We could play 2 Grubs Command and another champion. Squelcher could just be a sideboard card, but then what would be put in the main in the 2-drop slot? Questions for another day. The sideboard is always in flux. This main deck does feel extremely good. Been very, very happy with this list. I think Painter Studio is like the secret tech. Maybe we have too many twos, but we don't have any fours or anything above, so that's kind of where we want the deck to be. But really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to crash. I got to work in the morning, but how wild is main deck 2 Betrayal Champions and the sideboard Squelcher? 2 rare wild cards away. Oh, I know that struggle. That's why I'm really happy that I only play Goblins, because we just like save up the wild cards, save up the packs, and crack them only when we need wild cards, and we only spend them on Goblins, which makes me really happy. Main deck 2 Betrayals, Champions, and the sideboard the 2 Squelchers. I mean, we could try that. Our 2-drop slot does look really, really stacked. So if we go 1, oh yeah, remove the filter, 1, 2, and then sideboard the Squelchers for like control. I kind of like that. Also, Champion with Howl Squad is insane because it's a hasty 5/5. I mean, I've been impressed with Champion overall a lot, so I mean, I kind of like this. Also, just having access to Burst Lightning Strike has won us so many games. So, yeah, we'll test that next time, Matt. We play Standard again tomorrow. So, I like those edits. I really appreciate your input. But till next time, I hope you have a beautiful night. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.